Okay, hello and welcome to the 13th leg of my coast to coast tour from Double Eagle 2 to Las Vegas Muni. This flight will also give us a first look at the newly released Orbx Buildings HD. Hopefully we'll fly over some. Let's get this flight underway then. Just in case you break a minute. Let's see, pizza heat, prop heat, PDF, 2, total windows, right. 11,500 feet, we are cruising at today. Yes, those up. Heading 5-1. Map is on. So we need to take off here. Okay. Heading is activated. Flaps are set. Alright, I think got everything set up as we need. Let's depart out, take a break off, get underway. Pretty hazy here in Albuquerque. Quite variable wind, actually. At least it's light. And we are airborne. But it was pilot wrong. Gain a little bit more height. There's the city of Albuquerque, so hopefully we can get a little closer view of some of these buildings. If we zoom in, that's all we see much. That's how they look. I put it on about normal density. To be honest, it's oh, wait a minute. Yeah, there. These buildings here definitely look a lot better. Sweep around now. If we look at the frame rates, we see that there's no certain level of impact on frames. Well, this is probably not the best aircraft to test that in. Visuals, I mean, yeah, if you're flying general aviation as I am, you're probably going to get quite good usage out of this. To be honest, it's difficult to discern any vast difference unless you look really close up at the buildings. There, so you can see there's better detail. But again, unless you really zoom in, you're not really going to notice too much, I have to say. Outside view, see if yeah, there we go, that gives a better perspective, I think. certainly notice a higher level of detail on there. So I try and hold it steady when our building is here. There's probably an add-on that you can live without. However, if you like attention to detail, then yeah, it's maybe worth picking. I mean, if you're flying tube liners, then it's difficult to say that you're probably going to get much use out of it, for sure. I mean, this add-on retails around £20, and you probably might want to wait till Orbx have one of their many sales to make it really worthwhile. Having said that, it does. There we go. That looks quite nice down there. You certainly can, as I say, notice some difference if you look closely. Yeah, I would say it definitely probably have had a higher building density, to be honest with you. I don't know if it improves the, because obviously you've got the 3D buildings and then you just got the these flat bits. I don't know if HD buildings improves this as well, or just the actual 3D buildings. It's something I have to try and find out. Some bigger buildings over here in Albuquerque. Let's try and zoom in those if we can. Oops. Sorry, difficult to do this. Try and pause it a minute. Yeah, there we go. I certainly say they have a better detail than before. You even see it saying New Mexico Bank and Trust on there. That's pretty cool. So yeah, if you see clearly now, there's a lot more. Yeah, that's definitely better. It seems to be floating in midair for some reason, but yeah, I'd definitely say that was an improvement on the stock buildings. Anyway, we'll resume this flight now. We are on our way to Las Vegas Muni, which is actually nowhere near the Las Vegas you're thinking of. Unfortunately, I can't seem to connect to simulator. Why is that? What have we got here? That's why. To log in to. Excuse me a minute. Log in on that. Should be able to connect in a second. There we go. So yeah, we're passing over it. We've got the Sandia Mountain wilderness area ahead of us, which we should clear nicely. It's an evening flight here. See, as I say, Las Vegas Mini, nowhere near the Las Vegas you're thinking of. I don't know why I'm climbing to 15,000. I had 11.5 slated on. We'll level off at 13 then. So yeah, certainly definitely higher definition detail on the buildings. It's just how much you're going to time during your simulated flight you are actually going to be noticing that. And as I say, if you fly tube liners, it's going to be minimal time you're going to get there. But oh wow, look at those vastly improved buildings. So is it worth the 20 or so British pounds sterling? If you're flying tube liners, probably not. If you're probably where this is really going to come into its own is if you fly helicopters, I'd say. That's probably where you're going to get your most value for it, I would imagine. But other than that, you may get some, or even general aviation. See, I'm flying quite high on this GA flight. Some city approaches, I'd imagine, like I'm planning coming up soon, my next flight UK flight will be Addons into London City. I'd imagine that London City approach will give a good some good visuals as you come into land. So we're saying goodbye to Albuquerque. So it's quite hazy out there today. Did I turn the lights out on this side? I think I did. Just get those off. So clear this mountain range. Las Vegas Muni is actually at 6,800 feet up. Still remarkably high on the bit of weather update for our destination. Destination station. Ooh, it's 8 gusting 16 and it's variable from 230 to 310. 230 to 310, so I think we're going to be landing on runway. Oh, not a long runway. 310, 230. Now we should be alright landing on runway 20, I reckon. Yeah. It's a shorter runway, but we don't need a long runway in this thing. It's 5,000 feet runway as opposed to 8,100 feet. Birds in vicinity of airport. It warns me on the charts. I mean, you can put that on any chart, really, can you? Edgewood off to our left here, and we are going to make a little turn eastwards now. Still following Interstate 40 is ahead of us. See if the roofs look noticeably better. Yeah, probably need to increase the trouble is, if I increase the building density, that's going to kill my FPS. And when I fly, for example, the flight factor 320, I need to change the active waypoints. Come down to my flight plan. Video is the active. Okay. Brilliant. So yeah, this of course is the, I think I said, the 13th leg of my Grand American Tour, 40 flights in total of course. There's also been a recent update to Rex Environment Force, which I have installed. Not quite sure what the changelog details. It mentions fixing some of the previous bugs such as HDR lighting and what have you. But, Certainly looks nice at the moment. Surprisingly green down there as well. I didn't expect that so close to Albuquerque, to be honest with you. What we got to the south here, that looks interesting over in the distance there. Let's see if we can zoom in and have some. Almost looks like some kind of salt flat, but I'm sure it is. Doesn't say anything on my map about any specific geographical feature. So yeah, we're going to be turning in and up towards Las Vegas Muni shortly. As I say, we're landing on runway 20. Should give us pretty much a straight in approach. And as I say, the airport elevation is a remarkable 6,800 feet. Probably mixture a bit. Okay. So probably 425. That's angle with range. We're about 50 miles out to Las Vegas Mini. It's quite funny seeing it on the map as Las Vegas. Further away to our north in the distance there we have Santa Fe. If you carry on along Interstate 40 that takes you into Santa Rosa, we are heading northeastwards into Las Vegas. It's quite funny that it's not a million miles away from the Las Vegas, so it'd be quite amusing if you were sort of driving around this area a little bit lost and you suddenly see signposts for Las Vegas, we're nearly there, and then you roll into what's probably quite this Las Vegas Mini's probably not the biggest town, and it's like what the hell. So yeah, a bit bemusing that there's same place name so close. I don't know why that is. The internet will tell me. It's not much the internet can't tell you. Las Vegas Mini. Las Vegas Municipal. Doesn't really tell you a lot, to be honest. This airport, apparently, which I'm flying to, appeared in the 2011 film Haywire. There we are, history. Las Vegas was 1785. Interesting. Setting sun over our wing distance there, that's quite a nice view, isn't it? Yeah, about 40 and then nautical miles to go. Bearing 030. So let's get up that map again. Sorry, we are we're landing on runway 2, my bad. Oh, let's get that wind up again. Kept saying runway 20, we're landing on runway 2. Request destination station, so sorry. Winds gusting from 230 to 310, so we want to be landing probably landing runway 320. Yeah, so we're going to come out south. Okay, so we're going to be taking runway 332. Totally wrong, it's been a long day. So what it is, heading off this way. Very surprisingly green here. What's the temperature in Vegas? Let's see. Alright, the request. It's 31 degrees. That's going to be quite a tough landing, tough winds. Winds seem to gust a lot in this part of the world, don't they? Had that on several of my recent legs.
So I've got too far to descend. Miles out behind you, see. Apologies for not talking too much, but my throat has been playing up quite a lot the last couple of days. Runway 32, so we take a nice long runway so we can really float this. Miles out, bearing, so we can fairway down. We're 6,000 feet above. I should probably descend down to about 10,000 feet now and start bringing it down gently. So 10,000 feet, we're going to be about 3,000 feet above, so yeah, it's pretty fun. Local QNH. I do apologise for keep coughing over the microphone. Increase the rate of descent slightly now. Get the lights back on. Okay. It's almost like if you look at these topography over here, it's like we're up on a plateau. Ourselves down to 9,500. Sorry, 9,500. It's 2,000 elevation. throttle right back now. So he'll be able to turn in for a final approach shortly. That's interesting. 220. It's not looking concerned now. Oh, well, we're still descending actually. Oh, shit. Let's do that. Runway's way off to our side there. Put the flaps out. Let's put the flaps back in. Climb. Okay. It's better. Now put it back out. Trim up. Why these places just don't have pappy lights? Ooh, I feel that wind really hit me there. Whew. This wind's gonna be fun. Overcompensated our turn now. Wind is really shunting me about. This will be a difficult approach. Let's push this back to the other way. Okay. Let's try and cram into the wind a little bit. this is going to be a fun one. It's absolutely sending us everywhere. This is the joys of general aviation. You really get chucked around by these winds, something chronic. Makes it quite the challenge. I overcompensate that too much, because otherwise we're going to go too far the other way again. So, these winds are making it remarkably difficult to pretty good. Just keeping the speed up. Whoa, that's really killing us. Wind is really chucking us about. Some chronic seem to be the float it out, come on, drop me down now. There we go. That was an interesting one, wasn't it? Welcome to Las Vegas Mini, where the wind is very unfriendly. It'd be interesting to watch a replay of that actually. Right, let's just get off the runway here. Not going to bother to taxi to a proper parking spot because it's getting late and got other things to going on with. We'll just pull off the runway there. And fire my P-rip. Okay, let's go back and take a look at that, shall we? What kind of view the tower is going to give us? Let's have a look, shall we? It's quite a fast approach. Probably could have come in a little bit slower. Oh yeah. There we go, we got it down eventually. Wasn't too bad a landing in the end. Considering the wind conditions, I think we did quite well there. Let's get a spot view, and then we'll get the nose view. But yeah, all things considered, I think we did quite well with that one. You can see what a hassle I was having with the wind. Quite a narrow runway. It's around. I'm sure what these black trails are in my replay. We almost landed sideways there, look at that. Whoa. Yeah. That's a tough one. Quick nose perspective. Been a bit more on the centre line, I guess. I think we did quite well considering the wind conditions. That brings us to the end of this flight. Thank you very much for coming along,
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And look forward to working on board in another flight very near future. Goodbye for now.